So we have here the register page and the login page, if either one, whether you successfully log in or you successfully register, both of them should take you to a profile page, which doesn't exist just yet, right? But it's going to look very, very similar to, well, it's going to have some of the same attributes of the username and password, the login page, right, where you can maybe change your password, you can view your username, perhaps you can't change your username, but additional fields such as first name, last name, and anything else that we want the user to be able to change, right? So let's use maybe one of these as a starting point for the profile page. So let's copy the register page and we'll call it the profile page. There it is. Let's verify that we can navigate there. If we click on login, it goes to the profile page. There it is, which is right now identical to the register page. Yes. So let's change the profile page. And let's make sure that it's properly has the correct title. You have a username, a password, maybe not maybe not username and password. Well, let's change these. Maybe we will have a dedicated page where you can change your password. Okay, so instead, let's remove that and let's use these as a starting point for being able to change or modify several other fields, such as first name. So first name. So this is maybe first name. ID first name. And this might be Alice. This might be last name. This would be last name. Alice. So this might be Wonderland. Wonderland. Their land, and the ID is Wonderland. The username, probably we want it to be read-only. You can't change your username, right? So we'll make this read-only. So read-only is an attribute that's going to render that field read-only. You can't type on it, right? You can only look at it, right? So that if we load the profile page, there it is. It says the first name, the last name. The username, there should be an actual value here. Right now, that's the placeholder. So let's change that. Instead of having the placeholder Alice, let's have the value Alice. Okay, which it's a little bit darker, right? But we know that it actually has a value, and you can't type in it. All right. Okay. What else? You might have other things here like an email. So let's add an email to this. So this might be email. And make sure that all your fields are strongly typed. So the type for this, where's the type? Why doesn't this have a type? Type. This will be email, and it's not read-only. You can actually type in your email, and your ID for the field will be email, and the name will be email. Alice, and the value, it depends, right? If you are a new user, maybe you don't have an email set, right? So I'm not going to give it a value. I am going to give it a placeholder though. This will be alice@wonderland.com. You might have also a date of birth. So this will be date of birth. And this will be DOB. The type will be date. Again, strongly type your fields. ID. No placeholder. And let's refresh date of birth, and notice that it uses the correct widget, right? For that browser, and for the phone, it will use the correct keyboard, right, for you to type in your date. You select your date correctly for the correct vendor. All right. So in here you might have in the buttons you might have log out. So if you log out, you might go back to the login page. That's appropriate. You might have later on we'll like to be able to navigate to all the data that I've created. including websites, pages, all those domain models that are associated to my ID. Here we might go to our websites, all the websites that I've created. So this might go to websites, which doesn't exist yet. Right. So we have the beginnings of a profile page. Okay. What we still need to add here are perhaps a header at the top and maybe a footer at the bottom. Right. And we'll do that next.